Special Sundays radio show. I'm your host, Miss Special, here with a very good friend of Special Sundays. Never interviewed you before. Introduce yourself to the people.
What's up? Most of you guys know me as Rufio, but you can call me Ru or Rudy.
Now, of course, this Saturday, Sacramento, California, Soul Collective Transitions 2. If you missed the first one, you're like me, you probably suck at life, but you have a second chance. Transitions 2 is this Saturday. Everybody I talk to is just like, this is a different event than any other event that's going on in Sacramento, and they even take it to any other event like ever done. Like, it's just so well thought out because you have these transitions and you just really, you have all these people performing. How did that idea come about?
Honestly, I was thinking about how am I gonna leave Sacramento? Like, from that point, I wanted to just like not even touch Sacramento, not even work with the homies, just like work on myself, you know. But in fact, I can't really do that because we make good music, you know. So might as well just continue making good music. So I was thinking like, all right, if they don't hear me now, this is the last time they're gonna hear me, you know. As far as working with my homies, it's really just a community-based kind of thing. It's not just me, you know. Like, I'm just the person to like put people together and just make it happen, because that's all it takes is just to make something happen. Is just one person to be like, all right, let's get this going, you know. So the whole concept of transition was to have the show flow just like flow, you know. Like, it's not boring at no point. You're gonna get like free gear at one point. You're gonna have fun. There's no dead time to, you know, be bored really. So that's the whole concept, was to keep the energy going, all positivity, and just local based really. But my vision for transition is to bring it other places. You know, like bring it to LA, bring it to like, you know, ATL, bring it to Florida, bring it to the Midwest, you know. If Sacramento doesn't pop off like that, you know, if it all has to deal with timing though. So, you know, timing and grinding is what it is. This
man right here, multi-talented. You do beats, you engineer, you're rapping, you're dancing, you're tricking, you're making, like, you even edit videos. Crazy stuff. Like, you do it all. So what was the hardest talent for you to develop?
Honestly, probably be the martial arts, because I started ever since I was 4. So yeah, it's been a long time coming.
That's crazy.
Honestly, martial arts kind of like helped me develop the other, you know, talents for making beats. Because, you know, focus, when I was a kid, I didn't really focus well. I was hella wild. I was like a wild ass kid. Freaking running around everywhere. I had asthma, like, you know, like, so you know, so I was a trippy kid. So, and now I make trippy music.
So when it comes to the tricking, I've never seen that before until I've seen you do it. So what is the training like for that? Like, does it incorporate into martial arts, or how does all of that work? Because I'm just like fascinated by it. Like, that's some of the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Tricking is martial arts based, so of course you need to know how to do a front kick or a round kick, you know, like punch, stances, all those basic stuff. So that's where martial arts tricking came from. Then it goes into like, you know, acrobatics, flexibility, stability, all in one really. Think about like breakdancing kind of thing. See how explosiveness they are, but at the same time has a different rhythm. Tricking is kind of like dancing, but in your own rhythm kind of thing. I never really explained it that way, but that sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it?
I feel like you have a very distinct beat tag. How did you come up with your beat tag?
If you guys watch the movie Hook, and when you go Rufio, 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 so that last part goes Rufio, so I just cut that first part of Rufio, so it just goes Ru, and then kind of put like a delay on it. And, you know, like a ping pong delay, so it kind of just echoes out.
You also have very distinct spelling and like acronyms when it comes to like naming beats and naming beat projects. How do those usually come about?
I just wanted to be different. I just wanted the spelling to be interesting. So like, say if like you seen the title on my beat tape and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Like, I gotta like sound it out, you know, kind of thing.
So, you've been doing the producing since you were 13. You first worked with Bossy of State Cap, which I think is really interesting because, like, if people know the Sacramento scene, they know that State Cap has been rocking for a while. Now they're all doing their separate things. So, what was it like working with him, and how did you guys really, like, find each other?
It's the MySpace days.
Yes!
It really is the MySpace days because that's how I got in contact with Conquest. That's how I got in contact with Xuice and Bossy, of course. At the time, Neighborhood Watch was hella popping.
Yeah.
So I was looking up to that, and then John Reyes found out about me, and then posted me on their blog. And at that time, I was hella into that blog. So you know, they did like contests and stuff like that, like sample this, and then I would post on there, and people will find out about me.
Hi, John Reyes. So coming from that collab with Bossy all the way to today, you've collabed with just everybody in Sacramento who's dope, I feel like. So what was the craziest collaboration for you? Because there's so many. Like, is there one that sticks out in your mind of being just different than all the others?
I would have to say dRUnKenMasterS with Xuice. Only because I felt my music was like getting to some point where I'm like, alright, my shit is fucking tight right now, you know? So, but the whole process of dRUnKenMasterS, we would, you know, like cop beer and drink and be like dRUnKenMasterS at the time. And so it kind of was really like the experiment type thing, being under the influence, but using it in a way to create. Y'all
really took it on, like this is dRUnKenMasterS, like this is it. That's dope.
We would watch like kung fu flicks too,
so
we would just like watch dRUnKenMasterS or just like catching in any ideas, you know, looking on Tumblr or whatever, type in kung fu, whatever, just like get as much as inspired as possible.
Then 4 Lights, the latest beat project. I just love that even throughout the promo, even the description on Bandcamp, like the vision is insane. Like you really thought it out and really was like, oh, okay, this is about, you know, finding the limelight and working for success and things like that. So where did that vision come from?
I started building that project together while I was on tour with LMFAO. So when I had downtime, I would go on my computer and just either produce or just, you know, get these tracks and kind of like map it out and see what I wanted to do with it. I didn't know it was going to be called 4 Lights at all, so I just wanted to put it together so that it sounds good. And then after that, kind of built together. So I started hearing these things, started feeling these whole bunch of different emotions, and so it kind of built off that. I felt like it had to relate to what I felt at that point. So I was going through a lot of things, like emotional wise, experience wise, like everything. So if you hear that tape and if you relate to it differently, then that's your choice. You know, like that's always going to be somebody else's, you know, view of a project. But you know, as far as me, it was searching for the limelight, looking like does it sound like a limelight? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the sound, like does it sound epic at this point? Does it sound sad? Do they feel me at this point? You know, like just things like that. Just really based upon as feeling, you know.
You talking about the experience of being on tour, like, and you talking about like there's a bunch of emotions that you go through. Like you're constantly learning, but you're constantly, you know, maybe you're homesick, maybe, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. So that's crazy that you transformed that into a project. Now you also did that project with Dub Temple Records from Australia. How'd you hook up with them?
They found me on Facebook.
Sweet.
Yeah, I didn't know about Dub Temple at all until they approached me. Dub Temple Records from Brisbane. They have a whole clan out there, like I think it's like 20 deep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're planning on doing like a tour. So hopefully they'll bring me out there. That would be sick, right?
Yes.
I'm not keeping my hopes up, but you know, like, that would just be sick.
ALORA. You, B. Lewis, and Insightful, you guys met at the Expressions College in Emeryville. Shout out to the Bay Area. So you guys released the project. It's been what, 4 years now? It was in January 2009.
Yeah, how do you know about that?
Cause I be looking shit up. I know you guys are super busy. Like B. Lewis is working with like Bad Rabbits, and Insightful is always dropping stuff, and you're always dropping collabs. So is there an idea for another project for y'all?
I'm trying to get us together this year and work on something. now that we've got to where we're at now, our growth and, you know, our sound is totally different from a long time ago. Then it was like kind of finding out like how we work together. Really. So hopefully, yeah, this year I hope we get together, you know, cause B Lewis sings, Insightful raps too, and he could sing too, like, you know. So hopefully we'll get something popping this year.
Like I said, transitions this Saturday, Sacramento Soul Collective. Be there. It's the greatest rappers of Sacramento right there. The greatest producers. Like he said, free gear. Like, what more do you want? Be there this Saturday. Have a special Sunday. Stay special. For Special Sundays radio show every Sunday 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and everything special, check out specialsundays.com.